Hi guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It's not date or time specific, so whenever you come upon it, if it speaks to you, it might be your message at that time. We're past the full moon in Aquarius, so all quiet on the celestial front for now. We do have Venus is retrograde in the sign of Leo. Mercury has moved on to Virgo, where he's a little more comfortable. We've got some planets moving around, and there will be some more retrogrades coming up later this month. Just wanted to let you know. Yeah, it's a little gloomy here, so I had to play with the exposure on the camera. So if I look a little washed out, you know why. What I'm going to do here is pull from the Rose Oracle to activate the reading. Welcome if you're new to the channel. I hope if you enjoy the reading, you'll consider joining us by subscribing. You can be here as a cross watcher for a Capricorn. That is fine. Here we go. You got my favorite card, Sophia. Divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, and destiny. I love this card. It's my favorite card in the deck. Sophia. That's just beautiful. Divine plan. Wisdom. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is pull the spread. I'll give you my general impressions, and then we'll go get some details from the clarifiers, okay? See what's coming through for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Here we go. Woo. Wow, your overall energy for the reading is the Hermit. Some of you may be in this phase of personal growth and self-exploration, but the Hermit can also come through as the guide. So we're going to stick a pin in it till we get a little bit more clarity. Wow. Yeah. Lovely for you. Okay, so when I do this spread, I set the intention that this side of the spread is for or about the sign, in this case, Capricorn. And this would be Capricorn's divine counterpart. If it comes through reversed for you, regardless of your sign, and you identify with this, just claim it. That's fine. I just set an intention. So your person here showing up in the past, their past experience of the connection, Four of Swords, there's some healing energy or some deep reflection. It feels to me like some deep reflection because their present experience of the connection is the Two of Swords. Now that they've done some deep thinking, they're in decision-making mode. So the Two of Swords being that crossroads moment where we have to kind of get clear about the decision we're about to make and how best to proceed. And it looks like it's going to be all systems go. I feel this person is preparing to make a passionate return to you. In the past for you, King of Wands, it's interesting because I'm seeing the Four of Swords and the King of Wands almost as if this King of Wands comes through reversed for you in the past. Like your past experience of the connection was not a lack of certainty, as if this person was either interested or had any intentions to claim the connection. Because your present experience of the connection is the Two of Wands. Where is this headed? What path are we walking? Which is why I love the Hermit coming through as potentially the guide. Because going forward, we have the Ten of Cups. So I do feel there's a return here that brings you a lot of happiness. Yeah. Oh, that feels so good. So let's go ahead and blow that to smithereens with the clarifiers. Oh, guys, you keep a smile on my face. Here we go. Hermit. Devil. Ten of Wands. The Fool. We have three major arcana here. So what's important about that is this represents a big phase of change, something being released, some fears being released, Fear of maybe the next leg of the journey. Fear perhaps of taking a leap of faith. Am I clear? Do I know enough about this situation? Almost as if you're coming through as your own inner guide. I still feel the Hermit is coming through in guide energy, guiding you through this fear, offloading that heavy burden, something that's held you back, that's almost had a negative karmic pull on you. So maybe egoic resistance or fear, or some concern and worry about repeating patterns. But with the Fool underneath, it's like in your unconscious awareness, there's a risk assessment taking place. And I think it's happening for both of you, because in the center, in the present experience of the connection for both of you, you're both in decision-making mode. Twos are always about choices and decisions. So I do feel there are some fears. There may have been some karmic patterns between you in the past. I kind of feel you're wiser now with the Hermit here. And so it's important to offload it, because it feels like it's weighing you down in this connection as you assess the risk. I'm not necessarily seeing a look before you leap. I feel like I'm seeing you can't leap forward carrying the baggage of the past, carrying the fear of the past, carrying the baggage that's kind of haunted you. Regardless of whether it comes from this connection or from something totally unrelated. You can't bring it forward. So that's what I'm feeling, is I'm seeing here, overall energy of the spread. So let's see the Four of Swords in the past. Oh, my sleeve keeps getting caught on this. I have a handle right here. I almost get the impression, this is the King of Cups, just so you know. I almost get the impression that this person was really concerned, Nine of Swords, maybe worried about your impression of them, right? Page of Wands versus King of Cups, two very different energies. One is lighthearted, flirtatious, doesn't take itself too seriously, can sometimes just be in it for the minute to get their needs met. King of Cups, whole different animal. Deep water, deep feeling, that Scorpio energy in that King of Cups. Deep feeling, but not always great at expressing it. So it may come out as flirtatious and more about the chemistry than about the feelings. I almost think this person kind of went to ground and did some deep thinking and reflection about that, and it caused them some anxiety with that Nine of Swords. And so now we have right, because you come through with, well, are you interested or are you not interested? Very interesting. Let's see the Two of Swords. Nine of Wands, Ten of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this person isn't going to let the threat of a potential pain, like there's something painful here. And the Nine of Wands is exhaustion setting in. And I feel like this person has to make the decision. Two of Swords. Do I persevere against all odds, or do I, just let this go? I feel like the pain of that would be more than this person is prepared for. Underneath is the Seven of Pentacles, which is almost a reference in their unconscious awareness of, well, let it kind of run its own course. Let it take its own course. To me, this is things evolving organically, unfolding organically. And so I'm getting the impression that while there was some deep thought in the past and concern and worry about the impression, either the impression that they were making or their readiness for the emotional investment. It could be a little bit of both, or you'll tell me. It's a general reading, not a private, so it could be different for all of you. But I'm feeling like they're right now at this crossroads moment of, do I push forward or do I let this go. And because the letting it go would be so painful, there's an awareness that maybe it will either run its course or unfold organically so that they don't have to make that final decision. Going forward, though, we have the Knight of Wands. Aha. So the Knight of Wands would normally, this is Sagittarian energy, would normally move super fast, right? On impulse. But then it's clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, meaning this person's going to think better of that. They're not going to want to act on impulse. This is someone who's going to want to give a lot more thought, a lot more attention and intention to any offer they're preparing to make you. Here's why. We have the Seven of Swords and the Moon underneath. I have a feeling like this person will be, because this is the future, will be avoiding something. So they're going to slow their roll. There's some avoidance with the Seven of Swords, and the Moon underneath is some fear, some apprehension, a little bit feeling unsure. I don't want to say of what might unfold, but unsure because there's some fear of the unknown. So they're not really gonna have a full handle on how you might respond to the offer they're gonna make. So instead of racing in, some avoidance kicks in. They have to kind of alter their plans. Sometimes the Seven of Swords is just altering the plans, like a scramble in the last moment. And it is a little bit of escapism. It is a little bit of, I don't really want to deal head on with this anxiety or the fear of the unknown or what might happen. All these things are going to bubble under the surface, and it will slow this person down a bit, but not, I have no qualms. I have no worries with, whenever I see the Knight of Pentacles, I'm like, good, especially when it lands on a faster knight like the Knight of Wands or the Knight of Swords. I'm like, excellent, because it means that conscious intention will prevail. That wisdom, that sort of certainty of, I better have a plan. I can't just go off, on impulse here, because it's that important. So I do feel there may be some concerns, and it might slow them down a bit. At first I was thinking some avoidance of dealing with it head on, but now I see it more as a restructuring, shifting of the plan. So let's see the King of Wands in the past. Could also be their fear of you avoiding them. Yeah. So in the past for you, King of Wands, Four of Pentacles, King of Wands, Empress. I feel like this person kind of shut down a bit, especially because we have two fours now, the Four of Pentacles versus the Four of Swords. So as this person kind of hunkered down and did some deep reflection, maybe they had some anxiety that, this is going to be more than just dating. I have serious feelings for this person. I think you perceived it as that they were closed off or guarded. And you weren't sure. Were they invested in the connection? Were they interested in you? We have the Divine Feminine here in the Empress. So it feels to me like on some level you were open and receptive to their energy, but what you felt coming from them was something that was more closed off, or there was no real way for you to get a handle on where this person stood, where, what did they feel? And so that King of Wands comes in as a little bit of, there's some unavailability. They're available when it's convenient for them. Page of Wands, King of Wands. A little bit shut down emotionally. Well, now you know why. King of Cups. Feelings run deep. And the Knight of Swords underneath. Lots of anxiety, nervous tension, and energy about it. This is something this person gave a lot of thought to. So Two of Wands in your present experience. Two of Cups, Two of Swords. Look at all the twos for you. Wow, you both have the Two of Swords in the same spot, so there's some mirrored energy, but Yeah, and you're both making decisions about this connection. This person is deciding, should they persevere and risk a potential painful ending? Should they just let it unfold organically? You're coming in with that Six of Cups underneath, past life soulmate, the warmth of the connection, Two of Cups. I know it's. I'm going to hold it closer so you can see Two of Wands, Two of Cups, Two of Swords, and in your unconscious awareness, it's all about this. This very warm and familiar feeling you have with this person. Lots of decisions being made by both of you at this time. Right? Trying to get clarity about the path ahead. What path are we walking at present? Ten of Cups in the future. Something else is trying to come through and I'm not getting a handle on it. Well, there we go. Okay. Because we close out here with this Two of Wands in unconscious awareness. And that's why I'm like what path are we walking? Are we walking the same path? Are we choosing the connection? Lovers, the world, closing out an old cycle where, you know, when I say an old cycle, it could have been just scant weeks or months ago. But there's something here that felt like this person was, you were perceiving them as being closed off or unapproachable or shut down. They were literally in a little bit of a frantic mode of trying to come to terms with true feelings that I don't think this person expected to have, quite frankly. That's why they're in the Two of Swords now. Should I push forward? Should I persevere? Nine of Wands. Or is this just going to end badly for me? And the Seven of Pentacles underneath, they're not quite ready to make that snap decision. And then we've got the Knight of Wands, which would make the snap decision. But then the Knight of Pentacles comes in and says, no, no, no. Like, you want to get this right. You want to cross T's, dot I's. You want to begin with the end in mind. Slow and steady wins the race. The only way out is through. We've got that Seven of Swords and the Moon. So when I see what's coming up for you, I see the world as closing out the insecurities, the fears that crop up, right? The Moon, the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, and it looks to me like it's just about, well, if we're going to do this, we got to both choose it. If we're going to have happiness, it's a choice. We choose the connection. We get closure on anything that was wonky. We move into the next beautiful cycle, and that's the path we choose. Right here, I feel like in the present, there are questions around what's being chosen. And now this makes sense, right? Because if there's some egoic resistance, some fears, some, you know, shadow that's been in the way, it's time to rise above that, offload it, trust your inner knowing and wisdom, your self-awareness with that Hermit energy, and take the leap. It is going to require some measure of, well, I know the pitfalls, but I think this is worth it. So I'm going to offload the burden of my fears and my worries, and I'm going to trust my inner guidance, my self-awareness, and I'm going to go for it. And I know the risks. I'm all grown up. So that's what I see for you here, Capricorn. Before I give you the astrology, I do want to let you know that in the description box, in the first sentence, is the link to the extended. I'm going to continue this reading. Just move all the cards up, continue with the same decks. Pull the two of you together. Once you're together in front of each other, what are the strengths and challenges? What might you need to work through? What might be the opportunities that lie in store for you? I want to get your messages to and from each other. What does this person want you to know? What do they pick up from you at 5D? We'll get a message from Spirit or the universe, some guidance, direction. Sometimes it comes in as just a confirmation, maybe a warning if necessary. Hidden energies, what's going on behind the scenes with this person that you don't know but might want to. And then the outcome position, if nothing were to change, how might things unfold? That's what we'll do in the extended. So here is your astrology. The Hermit is Virgo. The Devil is Capricorn. The Fool is the planet Uranus, which rules Aquarius. We have the King of Cups is Scorpio. The Page of Wands here is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Knight of Wands is Sagittarius. Knight of Pentacles is more Virgo. The Moon is Pisces. Empress is Venus, Taurus and Libra. King of Wands is out twice here. That's Leo. We are in Leo season. We have the World is Saturn, Aquarius and Capricorn. And the Lovers is Gemini. That is what I have for you today, Capricorn. Thanks for joining me. The link to the extended is below. I'll see you there in a second. Bye for now.